tuning in to the online broadcast network, AFTERBUZZ TV. Over 20 million weekly downloads in over 150 countries, and your number one source for after-show entertainment. AFTERBUZZ TV, the destination for TV superfans. Producing aftershows for over 300 of your favorite TV shows. Interviewing celebrities and showrunners. And bringing you behind-the-scenes exclusives. All thanks to E! Entertainment's Maria Menounos, producer Kevin Undergaro, and internet leader Akamai. Now, let the buzz begin!
Oh, this is it.
Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for joining us for Heroes Reborn, Season 1, Episode 13, Project Reborn. And this will be the last time I will be saying hello to you from here at AFTERBUZZ TV. I'm your host, Steve Kaufmann. You can find me on Twitter at Steve Kaufmann.
Wait, not ever. I mean, just for Heroes.
Sorry,
yeah, specifically that bad.
That was,
right? You got really into that music.
You got serious.
really serious. I mean, the cataclysm that is Heroes Reborn not existing anymore.
Yes.
Is altering that is this studio. You're right. This will be the first time we introduce Heroes Reborn. I'm your host, Steve Kaufmann. You can first and last time in some universe, I'm sure.
You could be two places at once, don't worry.
I was great before everyone started talking to me.
All right.
You can find me on Twitter at Steve Kaufmann. That's KAUFMANN. For the last time, for this show at least, I will introduce my esteemed panel, starting to my left.
Hello everyone, I'm Marisa Serafini. You can follow me on Twitter at SeraphiniTV.
And I'm Khaliel Abooboo. You can follow me on Twitter and Instagram and send your condolences at Khaliel Abooboo.
He's sad because this is the end of our Heroes Reborn panel. My name is Jonathan Messi. You can find me at KaibaCat. And gosh, I wish I would have dressed up better because Marissa, you look fantastic.
Marissa's
my goodness, you're killing
guys.
it, man.
Call me out.
Y'all didn't get
fantastic. Like,
y'all didn't get the fancy memo?
I know.
I didn't get the fancy
None
memo.
of us did.
That's the finale.
Yeah. You know, we're all in muted colors outside of you.
I only look good as you guys.
Well, I think we are. This is a support here.
Yeah.
We did coordinate against that. We're like,
Yes.
let's dress in. No one wear red.
Yes.
Yeah.
But
Pretty much.
Heroes.
Well, I got the Deadpool.
Red, but red on a gray.
Yeah. That's good.
This Project Reborn, we have a lot of topics to jump into. Thank you for joining us on the chat. We're going to try to bring up some of our favorite hashtags and comments.
Yeah, we could totally do a little review of some of the things that we've done over this season of AfterBuzz.
Yes.
With Heroes Reborn AfterBuzz. That'd be really fun. I know we got who else? Lydia, A. Wilson, Big Guy, whoever else is in there with us, guys. You know, we'll bring up all of our moments in the past about
Boo
13
69 Bs.
Boo 69
Big Guy 21.
Big Guy 21. There he is.
Yes.
Price right.
So
What's up, guys? Good
let's
to see
jump
you.
in to get them out of the way. They were
do it.
there, kinda.
Yeah.
El Vengador, Micah, Farah. Farah lived.
Carlos,
Yes,
Jose.
she did.
Carlos.
Jose.
Yeah.
So yeah, Fair lives. Micah gets totally underused.
Completely
Once
underutilized.
again.
It was like the only thing he did was turn on the electricity.
Yeah.
Like, dude, I just told someone today how to use a fuse box. Anyone could have done that.
This is
That was
surprisingly
awesome.
simple.
That was a great. That was a
You
great
don't
line.
need
Marissa.
evil powers to turn on electricity.
Yeah, it was really like Micah is this incredibly powerful character that we
Yeah.
really built up to like
Awesome.
saving him,
Awesome
getting him out of the
character.
he was
getting him out of the glass box of emotion, and they get him out, and he like does very very little. First thing he does is tell the world, last episode about Erica.
So
but then
great
this
power move.
and then this
But
episode he's like, I could turn on a computer.
But even then, like, he
So
was.
can I. Here's the power button.
But even then,
There
like,
you
he didn't have his own agency to that. Like, it was a matter of, oh, this message is out there, I'm gonna broadcast. Like,
Right.
where it's like he's so much more powerful and he's so much smarter and he's been so close to all of this for so long. For us to get so little Micah.
Yeah, and one of the few heroes from the original season, probably because he was a kid, that is still here with us because they killed off all the originals for the most part. And yeah, he's
wrote
still
them
here.
off.
But they decided they were also going to write him off by not using his power, like in this last episode, this extraordinary power. But
Which is a shame
Shame.
because like the whole theme of this season is how powerful technology has evolved itself as well. And it's like, dude, use Micah
That's right.
For the technology.
He's got. Oh, is it a Google watch? Or is
That's
it
a
Google? Is it an
fancy
Apple?
watch.
Google? I don't know these watches.
This is my Renatus watch.
It'll send him to the future.
It will send
There
me
you
to
go.
the future, leaving you hoes behind. All right.
But that's exactly it. Is humans have evolved. Now we have the Evos, but also technology has evolved for them to help with civilization.
Yeah.
And didn't even use Micah against that.
Yeah.
And we didn't even get, correct me if I'm wrong, we didn't even get a webisode for Micah.
No, we
'Cause
didn't.
I would
he
love
was
to-
no, he was in it. He was in the webisode.
But was he already like locked up in the webisode?
No. They catch him in the webisode. The last
Okay.
webisode, they catch Micah.
All right.
You're right.
Did
Yeah.
we get at least a glimpse of how much fun he must have in this world
Yes.
where
'Cause
everyone has wearable tech?
Yeah, well, no, they don't use him that well.
But
They use him where he's sort of running the I'm going to use the word syndicate, but he's running like the rebel forces, and he's in charge of it because he can get
Hero truther.
messages out.
Oh,
he's
'cause
hero
he's-
truther. Thank
Yeah.
you. He's
Oh, yeah.
hero truther.
Okay.
So I mean, it was pretty cool and all. But the thing is, if you didn't watch the webisodes, you didn't get any Micah really, because in the show we used him this much, and in the webisodes they use him a bit more. But it was more
Okay.
about Phoebe. More about Phoebe.
It was definitely establishing Phoebe, but
Yeah.
Micah
And we
should have
all
used
love
his
Phoebe.
power to have more webisodes, and broadcast that out there.
That's right. He might
Shoot.
can make his own webisodes.
if they could touch
Hint, hint.
heroes, guys, if you guys could make these episodes on a webisode budget,
Yeah.
that includes directors and actors that work on webisode budgets.
Or how about rewrite it, we produce it, we film it, and then get it out there and source
Yeah,
it.
that's what we should do. We should.
mean,
you know
we
what?
do
We'll
that
make a
on a daily
new.
basis.
We'll make a new series of heroes, and it'll be called Hero Wars. There you
Yes!
go.
We
And
got
you know
it.
what? And Claire
Ding.
won't be dead for you. There you go.
There you go.
Hashtag Claire dead. Hashtag Hero
Claire-
Wars.
We
Claire
got a
still ain't
slight
dead.
little bit of Claire. We'll get to that.
Yeah.
But
Oh yeah, we'll get to
I
it.
don't know.
But
Claire
so-
ain't dead.
Yeah, so basically, Micah's going to use Farrah's alive. Carlos and Jose are there, and they're going to help heal people at the hospital. Hooray.
Hooray.
The end.
Also, they're going to let that little boy come along with on the vigilante stuff.
He's
I'll
Robin.
bang the door.
Can we
He
not?
is.
He's
Yeah.
Robin.
Could
He's
we,
Robin
like,
after
I-
the other Robin turned into Nightwing.
Yeah, that's right. Exactly
Yeah.
right.
Could
yeah.
we maybe let him live in the better world that El Vengador is making?
Yep,
Isn't
sorry.
that the whole point?
No. He has to fight crime. He's Robin now.
Yeah,
That's how
I
it
think
works.
it's more so that Jose has experienced so much stuff that happened that's like, yeah, you can handle it. You can take along.
Yeah.
More so.
He was mentally comatose by Matt Parkman, essentially. So
Yeah.
we gotta throw him a bone. Throw that kid a bone.
Yeah.
Although since this show is canceled and we're going to talk possible spin-offs, and El Vengador, I'd watch the El
Ooh,
Vengador
Lydia,
show.
we could do something for Rocket Jump. That'd be fun. Rocket Jump, yeah.
Yeah.
If you guys haven't seen that, it's great. All right, sorry.
right.
Let's do some.
Anyway.
I'm sorry.
He's having a conversation with the chat room.
Yeah, I'm having a conversation
now.
with Lydia. Sorry, I like
All
what she
right.
said. All right.
So, moving on, we got Melina, Luke in Old Gateway, as I'll call it. Present day Gateway.
Oh boy,
And-
here we go.
Here
It
we
got
go.
very polluted.
we
Did
go.
you notice
we
all
go.
the paper in the street?
Tommy sends everybody. Tommy sends
the end of the
everybody to
world.
the new gateway, which I've done the math. It is year 9612
9612.
because it is 7957 plus 2015. It's 7957 in the future. But Melina and Luke are in the old gateway. The first solar flare shows up, which, by the way, solar flares are, we saw later in the wide shot, 8 times, 10 times the size of a planet.
Yeah.
But we seem to get from one place in Gateway an entire vantage point of the whole solar flare.
Yes.
And then Melina wants to stop it, which we all think she might be able to do by herself.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But instead Luke goes, "No, I know what has to be done. Get inside." And then he starts with his fire, shooting his fire at that fire, and that he somehow flies.
Fight fire with fire.
Fire
You
with fire.
always fight fire with fire.
And that he somehow flies up into the solar flare that it's in space.
Yeah.
It's really it's
in the
like way
sky.
up there.
It's like way up there, dude.
It's like
Yes.
Like way up
most
there.
humans can't comprehend how far
Yes.
a solar
That
flare would
was-
be from where you're standing. And he just flies into it and then goes away.
Yeah, well, he
poofs.
He poofs.
He poofs.
He Naruto poofs out. And for some reason, Luke's fire power with the solar flare's firepower, it cancels each other out, and Luke destroys the solar flare, the first one, by giving his life. It was laughable. It was absolutely laughable.
Here's my
Completely
issue. Like, as far as storytelling, what is the point in 2 solar flares? What did that really do for the story?
When you throw Luke at it, and what did I really?
What did it really do for the story?
I'm gonna take a
We
stab.
could have had one and be done.
I'm gonna take a stab at what they were attempting.
Oh, go ahead.
I think
Try.
because Luke between
Yeah, listening.
because Luke between the Odessa disaster and the start of this show was going down and straight up murking Evos. But his son was an Evo, and he had that tortured soul about it, and that's what made him redeemable. This was him ultimately making amends for his past.
Okay, I wrote this down, and I'm going to circle it now, and I'm going to hashtag it. Hashtag redemption flare. Hashtag redemption flare. That's what I've got right here.
I love it so much.
There you go. That's what Luke. So really, the whole thing, we give an entire flare to Luke. I'm great. He wasn't a fantastic
He
character.
was like a C-level character, as far as the grand scheme of things.
And he gets his own flair. I call bullshit on that. Redemption
Hashtag
flare.
I call bullshit.
Yeah, hashtag I call bullshit on hashtag redemption flare.
But the sad thing is that when even the last episode, when Luke, torched his ex-wife Joanna, that was even way more entertaining than this flare.
Absolutely, that was the best. That was the best moment Lucas had.
Yes,
and that was redeeming too.
Fist pump
Fried
moment.
bitch on a body.
This should have been a fist pump moment, and it wasn't.
No.
Well, and here's how.
No, it wasn't.
Here's 2 things they could have done to make it a little more. To make this like a fist bump, go get a moment, like lock and load.
A redemption flare?
Literally a
Redemption
hashtag
flare?
redemption flare. One of which is we've spent enough time with Luke in this series that it's not that ridiculous for us to have seen some scope to his power that would have alluded to us being aware that he could do this. Mm-hmm. Like maybe he could put out a fireplace.
Oh, that would be good.
Little thing, like
just
there's
give us something.
There's a fireplace in the room, and he just goes. Psh.
That would have been interesting.
And at least then we go, well, that doesn't make any sense. But they set up a cannon of. He controls fire, I guess.
Yeah,
sure.
He absorbs the sun to save the world.
And even then, I would much rather Melina go up and weaken the flare.
That would have worked. That would
have worked. If Melina's just like, no, I'm Melina, let's go. Bam! And then she ultimately can't do it by herself, but we find a way to show us that she weakened the flare 50-60%.
That would have made a lot more sense.
So that then Luke,
he could fly up there. So then
maybe not fly up there.
Fly up there.
Maybe they could have
How
not
the heck
done that.
did he have flying abilities?
I don't.
I think the somehow. I think it wasn't
gravity pull him.
It wasn't.
I don't think the sun works like that.
I feel like gravity pushes.
I think maybe it was like an attraction of fire.
Well, he should have been into the ground with gravity push.
I don't think it was actual fire or actual flying. What I think it was that if he is
magnetic pull.
Well, fire can. I'm gonna stop.
Yeah.
So something about fire and his ability to flow with it.
If we have any chemists in the building who can
anyone in the chat got anything for us there?
If there was fire on the outside of the atmosphere, could someone on specifically the ground in Gateway,
specifically the ground in Texas,
could they make it? Could the fire's force be enough to pull them past the atmosphere? This is a serious question,
I've
guys.
seen a lot of strange things in my day. I wouldn't put it past it.
This is our last episode, guys.
We got the suspended or something.
You know what the take away from this is? If you believe you can fly, you can fly.
I believe I can fly.
Look at him.
That's right. Touch the sky. You know what? Next time you watch that scene, I want someone to. Someone make this.
Make the vine.
Start that. Yeah, make it. Make that game. Take that song. Put it to Luke. Put it together. We want to see that later on Twitter or something. Please.
Yes, absolutely.
Yes.
This was 2 weeks ago. I would have had so much time to do something like that.
Yeah.
Why do you have to bring these things up when I start jobs?
I'll do it right after the show.
Don't worry. Someone out there will do it for us in the chat, guys. Show some love. Make this horrible, hilarious meme for us. And
Hashtag redemption flare.
Hashtag redemption flare.
And tag us all.
Tag us all. We will put it out there everywhere we could totally do it. So
We will.
yes, we
Make
will.
the Vine, make the GIF,
Yes.
make the
Instagram.
the Facebook
Yes, I
video.
mean,
Instagram is a full 30 seconds.
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
get as much time as you need
So
on Instagram.
Do this.
15.
We will
I
support
don't
you
know.
in absolutely promoting this video. Hashtag redemption
And
flare.
Putin's cat, which is a great username, he said he emitted ions from his feet. Action reaction.
You know what?
Putin cat, where
At
have you
least that
been?
sounds intelligent.
Where
I
have you been,
appreciate
Putin
that.
cat? We've needed you. This is
No,
fantastic.
it's
If they
Putin's
would've-
cat, like Schrodinger's
Putin's
cat.
cat. Oh, I see.
If they would have said that in the
Oh,
show,
yeah.
I would have been like, okay, somebody has a degree.
All right, so let's stay with there and keep going with this. What happened that with the Phoebe next, right?
By the way, this isn't the We Hate Heroes podcast. Like,
No.
No.
we came into this. We enjoyed ourselves, and like, I am ultimately satisfied with the ending of this episode and the finality, minus the cliffhanger that wouldn't have been there had
won't
they
get
known they were
answers for
canceled.
it.
But we are definitely taking out the weakest part of it first right now.
Oh,
and
yeah.
then gonna hit the better stuff.
I think everyone knows that's how I do these rundowns.
But I must say, we're really enjoying ourselves for the weakest part right
Yeah,
now. We are having fun. I hope you guys are having fun out there too.
So
Phoebe?
let's just get into it. So Melina's out
Phoebe.
there. Luke flied somehow and took down a whole solar flare somehow. But the solar flare created debris from a satellite. And that debris is pouring down, and Melina's like, I can stop the debris, which I'm pretty sure Melina can stop debris.
Easily.
Because she could take down half a solar flare.
Well, she also, dissipated her tornado.
Yeah.
Yeah,
for
like
sure.
I'm pretty
episodes
sure she could
ago.
take down half. Like she could take down some debris, but Phoebe's like, nah. Literally, that's a direct quote.
Nah.
Nah.
Phoebe's like, nah. And then Phoebe comes and gets her with the
Dark.
darkness.
Darkness.
Darkness is
Darkness.
The
Darkness is spreading.
The handsy darkness.
Yes. So Phoebe gets really handsy with her, grabs her from the bottom of a staircase, takes her up the center of it so she can fall all the way down the center if she let go, and is holding her there, kind of floating over the top. And then Quentin dun, 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 comes to the rescue with a gun, and is now. This is supposed to be an epic moment because Quentin's got a gun to his sister as she's holding Melina, our hero, over the stairwell.
imminent death.
Yeah, her imminent death. Yeah, but instead she's probably going to choke her with darkness.
Yeah.
And this goes on for a while where Quentin's deciding if he's going to kill his sister or save.
Well, Quentin
Melina.
keeps trying to turn his sister. Like, this isn't you. This isn't you. Like all variations of just
Begging and pleading.
like trying to get his sister out. Which I think if the series, like within the canon of the series, they had given Phoebe any redeemable quality, which I'm told is in the web series.
Yeah.
Yeah.
In the
a
web
little bit.
series, yeah, because
She's more so redeemable in the web series. She's completely unredeemable in this show. So what was supposed to be a big, oh, go with him, Phoebe. Oh, turn, Phoebe. Oh, join forces with them, Phoebe, became die, Phoebe.
Yeah, I want to say I have this quote watching the episode with Steve. I have this quote from Steve, which I wrote down, and she dies. She gets shot, falls through the window, and Steve says literally, "Who cares? Who cares?
Hashtag who cares?
Hashtag who cares?"
I thought it was very convenient that the window was already open for her to easily fall
Well,
out
they
of.
gave us an extra beat of some of that debris knocking the window open.
Yes, that's right.
Conveniently right
Because we
behind
don't-
her.
Because we don't want Phoebe to die and then stay on the same floor with her brother. That would be traumatizing.
Yeah.
Why?
She has to die and then immediately fall out of a building so he doesn't have to face that ever again.
Oh, jeez.
Also, not to jump too far ahead, but Quentin got arrested for that?
I
Right?
doubt it.
What else would Quentin have got? I guess Quentin.
Well, he
Yes.
was
I guess
an
Quentin
aide
did
to
enough.
Erica,
I guess Quentin would have done enough in the history of this series.
Yeah.
Just since episode 1 that he probably would have went down for a
But
lot.
Yeah, because
Who-
Quentin
Yeah.
the butter, he's
Snitched
now
on him.
he's now the butterfly. I don't know. We sadly we don't
I
get
think
that,
maybe
and we're never
they
going
got
to.
him
Yeah.
as like an accomplice to Erica and all the people that she was a part of.
But
could've.
he might but everybody came back, so he might have gotten strung up alongside a lot of other people.
That's true.
Or he was the scapegoat. Renata strikes me as the type
Someone
of people.
needs to be the scapegoat.
Yeah, Renata
Yeah.
strikes me as the type of company that has like a automatic plan to like, if everything goes wrong,
Blame the civilian.
Quentin and Parkman. If everything goes wrong, Quentin and Parkman were the secret Shadowrunners of our whole organization.
Yeah.
You reported to them.
They planned it all.
Like, you
'Cause
just
they're
get a
geniuses.
mysterious text message that tells you your alibi.
Yeah.
And then
Sent
you-
from Micah.
and
So,
yeah.
hey, that's how they use
Put him to
Micah.
work.
The other, I think these are most of the bad moments now. So one of the last ones is Melina gets dropped from the darkness. She gets dropped by the darkness.
darkness.
And she totally falls to her death, but catches herself Ninja Warrior style. Now, she catches herself full weight with momentum on a ledge by her fingertips. Now, the guys on Ninja Warrior have the hardest time doing that. This Melina cannot do that. That's
Can
just
I
a moment.
incite?
Maybe she was using the atmosphere to like lift her up. She was bending
Negative
air,
ions.
Now
bending
listen,
the
that's what I
elements.
thought she was going to do. I was
Maybe.
like, oh, she'll yeah, exactly. She's going to
Control
create
the
a
wind
tornado
to, like, bring her up.
But instead they did the catch, and I was like, what a waste. She has powers again once the darkness is gone.
Can
she
I
totally
incite
float.
the purple pants theory on this?
Purple pants?
Purple pants.
Every now and again, I just have to just be like Hulk's purple pants. Mm-hmm. Where
I
it's
knew
like,
that's what you meant.
like that it's just the purple pants theory, it's the bootstraps theory. Like, there are certain theories in this drama that it's like, you gotta give some salt, or you gotta take some salt
No.
with this.
No.
I mean,
Think it through.
He doesn't like salt. He
Khalil's
doesn't like
gonna have
salt. He does not put salt
think
on
your
his
cannon
food.
through.
Thank you, please.
But he's a little
What
salty
did they
tonight.
What did they do on Avengers? Had him butt ass naked.
But like,
It's true, they did.
no, but then
has
no, when he was
butt-ass
done,
naked.
no, when he was done,
When he was done, yeah, he was butt ass naked.
because he somehow stretched these purple pants to Hulk
Okay, yeah,
size.
no, that's true.
That's
Yeah,
what I'm
no, that's
saying.
true.
Yeah, it's the purple pants theory, yeah.
Okay.
Either he owns a very specific type of cloth we don't understand.
Yeah. You actually, you taught me that. I did not know him. You
Yeah,
did,
like,
a long
that's-
time ago. Purple pants theory.
But yeah, that I'll incite that on Melina being able to Ninja Warrior.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
So
I thought that too. I was like, that's not a lot of surface space for her to catch herself on. But whatever. We'll just say she used embedded elements.
Maybe it was
just for her
adrenaline.
to-
Yeah, I'm gonna go with you, Marissa, on that one. Yeah, truthfully, she used wind power to keep herself floaty enough to catch herself. I'm gonna go with that.
or
because
she's
that's just
incredible
cooler.
upper body strength.
Yeah,
Right, I don't think
Either
so.
or-
I didn't see. Yeah, she wasn't swole. She wasn't
She's
like
been working out every commercial break.
It doesn't take a lot to lift up your arms and stop something.
So
Yeah. Poof.
we're gonna move on
All right.
to New Gateway,
Here we go.
which is the year 9612. Ren,
Yes.
Emily, both get zapped in, alongside Erica Kravid and her select few, which didn't look like very many.
I
I'm
thought
one
so
of them.
too. I was like, that does not look like 12,000. That looks like 50.
That does not look like many.
12,000 extras are really expensive.
You know what they
I know.
did? Yeah, they were like,
Well, it's
we're
something
not
called
spending
CG.
money on CGI. We're not spending money on extras. So
Yeah.
And the set we have for Gateway is not big enough for us to even like
Maybe they were in the
Grit-
bathroom.
Yeah.
for
And
us to
this-
even grid in the same 200 extras
Yeah.
to make it look like a couple thousand. It's just like, nope, these are the people that came outside.
Yep.
Yeah, and present gateway still looks like future gateway. There you go.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's
Reuse the set.
Exactly.
Reuse
Exactly the same.
and it's like those people in the tents in Lost that you never got to meet. You never knew about them.
Oh yeah.
Never
There were a lot
Right.
of people on that
the
island
island.
that were just background.
Yeah.
Like, I'll write that off.
Yeah.
What?
We'll take it. We'll take it.
What I can't write off is that Erica Kravid let both Ren and Emily
Come along. with
into
it.
New Gateway. Ren specifically. Where it's like, do you think Ren's not going to cause trouble immediately? And do you think Automo didn't program an incredibly simple back door
Yes.
for Ren to figure everything out?
Yeah.
Well, in fairness, I don't think Erica and Ren ever really cross paths.
She saw the footage, though. She saw when she was in Japan.
And
She
they
had to,
sneaked in.
but they never actually physically crossed paths.
Like,
But she had
yeah.
seen the security footage of Ren being a known associate to
Miko.
Miko.
I
She know-
think maybe she saw Miko as the bigger threat.
Agreed, but she knows.
That's a tough one. That leaves us open. Yeah, that
he's-
gives us something to
And,
work with.
and she's also a huge fan of Twitch streams. Like
Because she's
Erica
watching.
on her downtime, like some people read books. Erica just watches Twitch on her phone.
She's watching Ever Now. Like,
She's just-
Twitcher's playing
she
Ever
just
Now.
watches.
She
That's
loves
what she does
technology,
every
man.
commercial break.
Yep. Yeah, one girl, Melina's working out, and Erica's watching Evernow. She's like, oh,
Erica's like trolling
Everybody's
that.
got their thing.
I'm gonna drop $5 on this guy.
Everybody's
subscribe.
Everybody's donating and subscribing. I mean, he runs a really good raffle on his stream.
That's right.
Ren does.
He's got a good stream. He's got a lot of followers. So they get there, Ren and Emily, and they're gonna try to save the day here because Otomo gets stabbed in the neck. He's put away with the rest of the Evos, and so they find the door that's closing with the Evos, kind of trapped inside, all hooked up. And Ren grabs his computer case, throws it in, blocks the door, breaking the case. Odd moment.
So
I thought that was hysterical, though. My computer.
I like that.
And I even put in my notes, computer.
My computer. I also like that is likely the only gaming computer in the world because they're in the year 9612.
Oh, that's a
I'm
good
pretty
point.
sure they brought one other computer.
I mean, but a gaming computer.
Well, remember they have Evernow on their computer, so they can keep. So they do have Evernow. That's the only game left in the world.
But that looks like an office computer. Like that doesn't look like it has the GPU to handle the graphics engine that Evernow has.
Touche.
Especially at Ren's level.
Yeah,
Right.
yeah.
But do you
just
think in the
wrecked his-
future they would have better cards to handle that?
You would think so, but then again, I mean, it's not like they've evolved into the future. They just
Right.
popped in.
They just popped in.
Yeah, and so
You're
Ren
right.
is like, my computer, oh no, and then he sees they save Otomo, then they see Miko, and they this is a sad moment. This is a sad moment because look, Ren was we had Ren on the show. It was the week I was gone.
Yes.
Yeah.
He was
and
here.
so it's awesome.
Awesome guy. Hey,
Yeah.
what's
He was
up,
cool.
dude?
Also, A. Wilson, hashtag my computer.
Yes.
Hashtag my
Yes.
computer.
Hashtag my
My
computer.
computer.
P-U-T-A. Computer.
I have like
thanks, A. Wilson.
C-A-H-H.
My computer.
Computer. Yeah, either way. All right. So they save Otomo. They get Miko out, but she does because it's the real one. She has no idea who Ren is. And she said, and it's a very sad moment for Ren. And then the scientist guy, who I don't know his name still, who works with Erica this whole time,
Unnamed scientist.
unnamed scientist. He.
Yeah. Oh, sorry. It's so funny that he plays such an a-hole in this show because there's another show I also watch, Hemlock Grove, that he was the nice guy. So I'm
Okay.
like, I love it. He's the same type of character, but completely opposite.
Good for
like,
him and
same
his range.
job,
But opposite.
same
Got
job.
it.
Well, I'll tell you what he gets. He gets the pipe. Is what he gets. He gets piped right through the back of the chest.
Oh, impale.
Oh yeah, he gets
Ooh,
piped.
God.
He got the pipe. Hashtag get the pipe. So he gets the pipe. Otomo gives him the pipe. It was a pipe, right? It looked like a pipe.
Pretty sure it was a
Okay,
pipe.
so he gets pipe. He gets the pipe.
French,
Yeah.
maybe.
And then Otomo, in a very cool little move, sends Ren, which we saw coming. It's going to be silly. We know it's going to be bad and silly. But he sends Ren, who's played this game more than anyone else in the world, this is his game, into the game to save the Master of Time and Space, i.e. Tommy.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah,
How about that?
that's it.
He lets
Yeah,
Otomo
that's it.
go. No one else of use is in that room?
Emily,
You're
right.
Miko and Otomo. Like, there might be another Micah in that room.
got
There
a
might be
bunch of
another.
Mikos.
There might be another time traveler. Like that. I understand at this point in the series, like you have to start funneling us back to like 5 characters. But I really wanted somebody there to be helpful.
It kind of
Yeah.
makes sense because we saw a few episodes ago too that near the winter mid-season finale that Otomo gave the key to Ren. So I think it was like Otomo always wanted Ren from the beginning to go into his game.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Then he even said, "I chose you."
It kind
Yeah.
of came full circle with him.
I was excited. I'm actually very satisfied with how things ended with Ren and Otomo and the Evernow game.
I think it's very fitting that
Yeah.
Ren was the literally farthest point in the world to help go along this whole journey, and he's the one that ended up saving Tommy.
Yeah, and totally, and he gets to reunite with Miko or Katana Girl Miko inside the game again, which
So
is nice.
cute.
You get to see them again. Yeah, it was awesome. And then they
Ay,
get
qué lindo.
Ay, qué lindo español también. And so they go and they save Tommy, of course. And then Ren gets a character we like, and a character who gets a great wrap up by training, in kendo with Miko and Otomo back in Japan.
But is that
Best wrap up, I think.
I got the
So-
feels too.
and that's
Yeah.
the
There was a
actual
look. I was like,
Yeah.
they could have something going on now.
And what I really enjoyed about that's the actual Miko.
Yes,
Like
this is the
that's
real
yeah.
one.
Otomo's
Real daughter.
Otomo's
Otomo.
son.
know.
Wow. Otomo's daughter, who we never actually met in this show.
It's not just something he bought out of a box in the back of Spencer's.
Yep.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah, and so that was, I think, my favorite wrap-up ending.
Because then Ren gets a happy
characters.
ending.
Yeah.
He gets to be the hero. He gets to
And
save.
he gets the girl.
And he gets the girl.
And
we-
Miko's alive.
And we get something I was
The real girl.
I was happy. We get him to do something to get Tommy out, which is really good because I was very much afraid that with Tommy and this whole quantum universe he was in within Evernow, that like I remember telling you, Jonathan, if Tommy just gets himself out of Evernow without anyone's help, I think I'm gonna throw down my headphones.
Yep. He was ready to quit.
I think I'm gonna throw down my headphones and y'all are gonna have to do the show by yourselves.
Yep.
If Tommy just straight like deuces out of Evernow, like if he just like, nope, got it. 10,000 hours. Nope,
So I think what
endless prison.
Steve
I'm out.
was honestly like moments away from like quitting the show. He was moments away.
Where I'm just like,
you only had a few minutes more.
I have some friends on SmackDown. Like I'll go do SmackDown. They're only 3 tonight. I can like. Luckily,
I think a big question what I had watching that whole Evernow scene is that there was the whole line time doesn't exist here, and it kind of reminded me of when Peter and Sylar was stuck in Sylar's memory prison, and they at the end of that they felt like, hey, what was like 3 hours actually was like years. How long do you think Tommy was stuck in the Evernow if time didn't?
we said thousands.
really-
Yeah.
We said thousands of years.
That's totally a cool call. That's a great pullback
I
from
was
the
like, I
end.
wonder.
What nicely done, Marissa,
Because I
dude.
mean, not to jump far
Yeah.
ahead, but we did learn that Tommy had a good amount of time to learn the game
Yeah.
Yeah.
and enhance his skills.
Or his,
Yeah.
and it seemed like more like his being was in Evernow.
We're going
he-
to Tommy. Let's do it.
Oh, we're the. Oh
We're
no,
there,
that
we're
was
there.
my
yeah,
segue.
Yeah, go. That was beautiful.
Because like it was more or less his being, because there was an episode of Doctor Who this past season where he was stuck in a prison for like 20,000 years, but it was him just once, where every day he lives and dies, and then like he has to punch his way through a wall, and like every punch gets him like next to nowhere, so it literally every day for tens of thousands of years, whereas that's like emotional pain of every day going through that. Tommy didn't seem to go through that like kind of a torture. It seemed like he was there were multiple Tommies, but they were all his ultimate being.
Yeah.
Which is very like multiverse and quantum physics-ish.
Yeah, for sure.
Kind of.
No, absolutely.
For sure.
Like in quantum physics, every essentially every thought you have to go one direction. In say you choose another, you actually create a separate reality.
Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah, it's quantum physics. Yeah.
Yeah, then the
tangents.
The
Yeah,
multiverse theory.
That is all, happening simultaneously because time is an illusion. I mean, everything's happening essentially now. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Which explains how Tommy
This
can
is
be
now.
which does explain how Tommy can be two people.
Yes. Yes, totally. And that was something that actually did work for me.
Khalil's
Still don't get it.
in that.
Well,
Look,
Khalil,
you're a Naruto fan.
Yeah, I am.
You could look left and he could look right. Naruto creates a clone of himself. That's essentially kind of what Tommy's doing, but it's a real Tommy because he could like stop time. He could like pop, he could pop back. He can then and he can make the other Tommy could pop into the same place. Like he can make multiple Tommies. Yeah.
Okay.
Kakashi
Yeah.
style,
See,
man.
now it kinda
Kakashi.
makes
That if you're at a craps table, every combination of the dice you roll, that's a different universe.
Yeah.
So we live in the universe where I put a lot of money down and then threw a 7 and lost. That's the universe we all live in.
That happened.
I mean, how does that not happen?
Oh,
That's
just-
crap.
I just
That's
feel so. I want to be in the
statistically.
universe where you win. Come on.
We're in that universe too.
The next roll.
Yeah, I know.
But
right?
like the idea that every. Also, Ryan Whittleston in the chat corrected me. The Doctor was in prison for 4 billion years in that episode.
Jeez.
Holy crap.
It was one of the best episodes of the season too.
Wow. 4
Definitely the
billion.
best episode of that Doctor.
Wow.
But Tommy gets to figure out the multiverse theory by being imprisoned in a video game that Ren breaks him out of.
Yeah.
And then he's out, and Erica's just like, sup?
Yeah.
I need you to get out.
I would like to say that Erica used his powers by, totally matrixing him in the back of the neck.
I totally
Yes.
put that too.
Yeah, you
Matrix.
And I also did, because I loved it. It was like Scorpion's Get Over Here from Mortal Kombat. Because the way it was like, get over here.
Yeah.
Totally. Oh, Matrix Scorpion.
Matrix.
It's a Matrix Scorpion. Hashtag Matrix Scorpion.
Hashtag Matrix Scorpion.
Matrix.
Yep. So what else happens with Tommy? Tommy does a lot more after that, boy.
Well, Ren gets the sword.
Yes.
And this sword is huge. Like, it's a staple. It's a temple of the entire universe.
Yeah.
End of space and time. It is Hiro Nakamura's sword, and before him, Takazo Kensei's sword.
Kenzi's.
The dude who doesn't die.
Yeah. I butchered that, but yes, like that. This is a huge deal.
Adam's sword.
Yes, Adam.
There you go.
But Tommy gets to wield that sword. He gets to split himself in two right before Erica shoots a bullet at him. And then he gets to, while time is stopped and there are two of him, like, fix everything.
Yes.
Well,
but it
just that.
Well, on paper, like on like the rough draft, it's like, and then two Tommies fix everything.
The outline.
But this show actually does a very good job of showing us the struggle in the time and the journey of two Tommies fixing everything. Because otherwise, it's literally like Superman, where it's like, so you're just gonna spin the world back?
No, I did dig it. I mean, granted, it's totally a cheat code. Tommy's power at this point is totally a cheat code. But I mean, he tries it and tries it and tries and tries it. And you're right, they represented it well. They did it pretty well. You know, him getting Noah, him seeing how him and Melina have Wonder Twins powers unite.
Yeah.
So, you know, and they totally have that. I do have one funny thing about it, because everywhere he's popping in and out of, time is stopped, and he's obviously stopped time. When he gets to Melina, why doesn't he stop time completely?
I know.
It's
That's
like,
what I'm saying.
She's going, and the flare is still moving. I was like, dude, why did you leave it on 0.00001 of a second? Like,
well, this is
that.
what I was thinking with that. Is when he pops back in at the exact time where he popped out. So it's like he never left.
Yeah.
That's what I was thinking with that.
But it should be frozen.
Well, no, but I think...
Well, it doesn't matter if it's frozen.
No,
if
but
gonna
if you
pop
split
back in.
if you split yourself...
Yeah, thank you.
But if you split yourself from a moment... And especially, it's very complicated, because where he split himself from was the year 9612. So if he split himself from the year 9612 and then sent one of them back to a year that...
was still moving forward.
Yeah, to a year that was still moving forward, but if he goes back and changes things too quickly, he'll then negate the year 9612 that he ever came back
he
to,
has
and
to
it
be
gets
careful with that.
really complicated. And he even told Noah that, like, I ran it I ran it 1,000 times, and like I enjoyed that, and I gave them huge props when Hiro did this earlier in the series.
It was just a funny thing that Melina was when he was popping in and out, everyone was frozen, and Melina was the only one and he kept popping in. It just left them moving this much. It doesn't really do anything, but
and the solar flare kept moving.
I was like, why are you doing that?
I agree with you. I think that the only reason maybe why for like the telling the audience just how desperate this moment is, that hey, it's still happening, it's still moving forward, there is a potential time where it will speed up again to normal time, so you gotta fix this now because it's still in motion.
It gave us that urgency.
I would have
think
loved
that
to see it
was
silent.
more for dramatic effect.
It was for dramatic effect.
Use
it was
that
a writing
CGI.
thing. It was a writing thing. But
the Wonder Twins part didn't work.
Yes.
And then he goes back into Angela, who at this point would have been like pre anything we know about Heroes.
Yes.
Because that's how this timeline breaks down. And she like literally has these kids.
Well, it was actually 7 years ago, but at this point we knew Heroes.
Fair enough.
We knew only 7 years ago we had Heroes, the original series.
For 7 years. Okay, so
like
this
Heroes
works.
were around.
Oh, because he was like 11.
Primatech was still around.
All right.
But Tommy and Melina at this point 7 years ago were kids.
Fair enough.
Yes.
But what I'm saying is, like, she's like, okay, kids, now that your powers have matured, let's see if you can do something extraordinary. And in my mind, I wanted one of those kids to turn to her and just be like, what's extraudinary?
And then the other one went, I have pubes.
And then, like,
I got this cool trick I can do.
No, please don't. Please don't.
And then, like, because even then then she was like, well, you guys symbiotically merge and can create this thing. And then, like, all these kids are just like, so we hold hands? Is that what we do?
I'm gonna touch a girl.
And then
But they
kill.
did preface this, like, this is your sister.
Yes, they did preface it.
So pour some out for that poor doctor.
Yeah. Pour one for
Yeah.
the doctor who gave his life.
He gave his life.
He didn't really mean to.
Guys watching this stream right now, if you have a drink in your hand, just pour a little bit out for that sweet doctor who taught us
cares?
how
Yes.
Melina and Tommy could
Pour
save
that
the world.
vodka. I know you all are drinking. Because
Hey,
you
I
say
like
it
it.
in the live chat, you're all drinking vodka.
Yeah, I love this. I love our
This struck me as more of a rum crowd,
man.
honestly. I don't know.
Rum, vodka. You know what? Let us know what you're drinking in the
Let
chat,
us know,
you guys.
rum or
We love
vodka.
you guys.
We're curious.
Yeah.
I'm a tequila guy myself.
You guys struck me as like specifically
Vodka.
Captain Morgan, maybe Southern Comfort. Like you struck me like it's a hard liquor, but there's some sugar.
What are you drinking, guys? What are
Flavored
you drinking?
vodka, maybe. We'll get there.
All right. So in order for them to use their powers, a la Fifth Element. If you guys have seen Fifth
Yes.
Element, it's
Yes.
totally a la Fifth Element. In order for them to use their Wonder Twins powers, they need a conduit, i.e., someone to kill themselves in between them, in order
Sacrifice
to sacrifice
themselves.
in order for them to actually use the power appropriately.
I was
given how-
proud I called this.
Yeah,
You did actually call
it.
it.
Yeah. And who's the sacrifice? Drum roll.
It's Noah!
Hey.
Yeah, I like this. Because
Yeah.
Quentin had already redeemed himself.
I was totally down for this.
I like this, and also made my prediction right about Noah, who popped him out. I was like, that was the Tommy's
You did
sound
call
effects.
that one. Yep.
Yeah, I knew Tommy took him. I just didn't know any of the context.
Like, where did he
yeah.
go?
Like,
Like,
where
was the
did he-
main question.
But literally at that moment in the show, like we were literally light years
Yeah.
from understanding where they were taking Noah and what it
I
could
see
have
what
been
you
for.
did there.
Yeah, a
That's
little,
nice.
little math, a little NASA, rum and sweet tea, big guy, 21.
there you go.
Fantasy stats gurus, Bud Light, hashtag what for whatever.
Oh, he
Up
would.
for whatever.
He would.
And
do.
yeah, all right.
Just take a
Those
shot.
are the two.
Hashtag hero shot.
Hashtag hero shot.
shot.
Yeah.
Alex Zaffy's drinking absinthe. Good for you.
Oh my goodness.
So
We
I'm-
look fantastic.
I'm drinking absinthe so I could forget this finale episode.
We love you guys, man.
We love you guys. We love having a great time here.
Yeah.
Talking about this show.
Guys are awesome.
So
yeah.
Noah is the conduit for the blue flame. And I guess the blue flame definitely destroys the orange flame that is the solar flare. It also protects the entire Earth.
You know, it doesn't destroy the solar flare. It
just-
creates a
it creates a
shield.
barrier of Earth. Because
Yeah.
a solar
Yeah,
flare
a
is a
shield.
solar flare. The sun is
Yeah.
like
It was like the protective UV shield
The only
that the
thing
world so
Sunscreen.
needs right now.
Exactly. Yeah.
Sunscreen.
So the only thing that could truly destroy a solar flare is a floating Luke. You see?
yes.
So they don't have a floating Luke anymore.
already lost
So
all
you
of
only
them.
get one. You know,
There were two solar flares and only one floating Luke.
Like Spider-Man says, everybody gets one. So they had to use exactly the UV protection. You're right. If only we had a little bit of that now, a little Fifth Element UV protection.
Just a little bit.
Yeah.
Just Chris Tucker.
Yeah.
A little bit of Chris Tucker.
Little Chris Tucker. Damn!
I'm gonna die.
We all gonna die.
I'm gonna die.
Is it green? Super green.
If we get an El Vengador spin-off, we need to find a way to put Chris Tucker in it.
Yeah.
I'm the producer.
I'll be
I
there
don't
for
With his
that.
clothes.
I'm here for that.
I'm the producer. I don't need to make any sense. I just want these elements.
Wait, I'm sorry. I forgot. You said earlier Fantasy Stats Gurus.
Fantasy
with us?
Stats Guru. He's-
Ben. Oh,
Ben is here. He's drinking Bud Light.
Nice. Go, Ben.
A. Wilson said hashtag sunscreen twins.
I like it. Sunscreen.
That's
Hashtag
amazing.
sunscreen.
We have a
twins.
lot of hashtags from all this.
We will go over them in the end because we have no predictions.
So
Yeah.
the whole series ends with Quentin in an orange jumpsuit being interrogated, meaning he talking about how he has
Under what
rights,
charges?
meaning he's not in prison yet, meaning he's still in jail. He's still waiting to go to prison, meaning he hasn't.
Even inmates have rights.
Yeah, but like, I don't know. You can't. You'd be less likely to
say
You'd
I
be
have-
less, but you'd be less likely to keep a prison inmate in a room.
The world almost died. Why are they worried about people going to jail right now?
I don't know.
Well, because they couldn't get his sister Phoebe, they got him instead.
Yeah, they wanted.
Yeah.
They wanted
Someone has to
Okay.
get
They had to
justice.
get. They had to go after somebody who got close to the devastation, and Quentin was the closest. Like
This is my whole.
and Quentin,
Yes.
but
This
Quentin,
is
and
mo-
Quentin was
mood
the
right
human
here.
too. And I think there's that level of everyone's all scared of Evos, so like they might know where Tommy is, but they're not going to go after Tommy. Quentin isn't an Evo. They know Quentin isn't an Evo, So let's go get him.
I guess it works for me. I mean, it really at this point it was kind of benign for me. You know, they used him to do the vocal wrap up. No longer do we have Mohinder. Now we have Quentin.
Yeah.
I prefer Mohinder.
I prefer Mohinder's voice.
Yeah.
But if you think about it, if you go, because Quentin was established in the web series for like a character development and I guess a character arc at the beginning of the web series, he was like very wary about Evos, but he was like, this is kind of cool. You're part of the Evos. And then, you know, you see his whole journey of like his whole opinions about Evos constantly changing and whatnot. And then come to the end of this episode, he's like, you know what, they're regular, ordinary people, but they're cool.
And they're ultimately you. And that's what I need.
Please
like,
don't
they're
ever
everybody.
say Quentin's arc.
I'm being literal.
I mean, I get it.
Well, if you include having an arc and then being a butterfly due to a 2-episode time warp, and then redeeming yourself again, it was more like a hop.
It was a wave.
Quentin had an arc, and then he had a hop.
I think we could say this though.
Roller coaster.
After Quentin became the butterfly, I think we all loved him a bit less, and I don't think he really ever made it back to what he was.
Never.
Prior
He never
to
like
Butterfly.
fully redeemed himself.
Yeah.
Didn't like him at all, honestly.
Yeah. I think he's back to being a caterpillar.
Him and Quentin could have died.
He's not quite a butterfly.
Ooh.
I will say that Erica's end. Dude.
Erica's end was totally fitting, and a bunch of people in our chat had said it for a while. Where it's like,
thanks guys. Yeah,
where
Erica's
it's just
ending.
like they're just gonna leave her on the year 9612 that won't exist because everybody will save the day.
Boom.
Gone.
Done.
Love that.
Yeah.
And I love how like Tommy just had the precise movement with
That was awesome.
the sword.
This comes all that sword training he took.
Thousands of
Apparently,
years.
yeah.
Well, he has thousands of years and thousands of tries. Because Tommy gets a trophy in everything now, just so you know that.
Yeah.
Like, any competition he enters, he wins. Not because he stopped times, because he's done everything for thousands of years. He's Doctor Who.
And hasn't
Apparently
aged
4
a
billion.
bit.
It hasn't aged a bit.
Hey Wilson in the chat, hashtag Quentin Coaster.
Quentin Coaster?
Quentin
Yes,
Coaster.
that's what I said, roller
of
coaster.
love.
Say what? Quentin Coaster. I love it. All right, hashtag Quentin Coaster. Hey, Wilson's on the money tonight.
For real.
Dude, last episode, he's got.
Are we gonna jump right into this tease out that we got?
For the everyone else? Yeah, might
I
as
thought
well.
it was a really
Yeah,
great
tease
tease out.
I
really liked it.
I'd be really excited for a season 2.
That I'm on the fence.
Yeah.
But it was a great cliffhanger.
You know what would have been the best
Great
part
cliffhanger.
about another season was our panel continuing.
Yes.
That would have been the best part of season 2, and I think you guys can all agree with us out there. I mean, really, I'm going to miss you guys out of this panel. I mean, I really do want to do another panel, just all 4 of us. Fantastic.
Please
Okay.
keep giving us suggestions of shows.
Yeah. Thank you for the ones we've already got.
Yes, thank you for those.
I think Ben
Ones.
threw one at us, so we'll take a look at that again.
I think
Take
one of
that
the
in
ones we got
I
last
could
week
do some
was
pull here. There we go.
one of the ones we got last week was a show that had like just started and they had a full panel.
Yeah.
Whereas-
Magicians.
I think so.
Yeah.
I think it was and I think there was another one. There was another show in that same vein that it had just started,
We'll think of one.
and then there was like a full panel, and I was like, with Marisa and our numbers, we could probably just ask that whole panel, but we don't. I don't think that would be nice of us.
There we go.
Oh, we'll get him. We'll get
But
him.
keep looking forward to the new series that are coming out that are around this. We would love to be a panel again,
Yeah.
and we would love to be able to like
Do this.
to be a panel, come together as a panel for another show because
Agreed.
you asked us.
Yeah.
That would be awesome.
A
of you
requested,
guys.
a requested AfterBuzz panel.
You guys
There
are
you
great.
go.
You guys are great.
All right,
Y'all
let's do
follow us. We'll follow you. It'll be mutual. I think it's Siler. I think Siler's the daddy.
I felt
It's
I
so
got a
hard to
Siler feel
tell.
too, but then I was like,
Thank you.
would Claire really knock that down? I don't know.
Maybe she got, rapied.
Or would
No.
Siler really knock that up?
Oh, it's definitely. Siler, anybody would.
Also,
I just reverse. I don't know.
I know you want it to be Siler. I know you want
No,
it.
I think they had.
If it's not, Khaliel wants it to be him or Siler. So.
Yeah.
I'm
There you go.
I'm gonna try to be like somewhat kind of realistic here. It would be hard to believe that Siler's the father because he's brunette and brunette is a strong genetic trait, and both Tommy and Melina are blonde. And I'm like, I don't know, I can't really picture that.
Tommy's brownish, right? He's brownish blonde.
But that's no, I'm with you that if you're a Siler type brunette,
you're like a strong dominant. Like
Really?
all your offspring.
that's
will
a really
be
that's a
dominant.
dominant gene. That said, he's Siler. He's Siler. Like, we don't need to get into that.
I don't know.
But I also think there have been moments where Claire and Siler had been favorable to each other, like in the later version, like in the later parts of this season.
Yeah.
What if it was Elle? But Elle died. Duh, that would have been awesome.
Well, maybe
Because Elle was also blonde.
maybe
we are never
if-
going to know.
unless
we
they
won't
greenlight
know.
Claire's blood.
Unless they greenlight Claire's blood. Yeah.
Hashtag Claire's blood.
Claire's blood. Yeah, we're not going to know. This is over. This show is over. Like, we're not going to know who the father is. You are not the father. You are not the
Guys.
father. You are not the father. What do you
I
got?
should submit a WonderCon panel.
Do it!
I should submit us for a WonderCon panel
Yes.
and then try our hardest to get Tim Kring to come on that panel solely so we can say, Tim Kring,
Who's the father?
who that daddy?
Yes.
Who did I?
I would love this.
Wait, WonderCon is in Los Angeles. We could probably
We could do this.
We could get Mari. We could get Mari to
Mari
also.
Povich?
We could also.
That would be amazing.
We could get Mari to be on the WonderCon panel with us and Tim Kring to literally run down the entire Heroes universe and say, we've received information. Siler, you are not the father.
This is genius.
Matt Parkman, you are not the father.
Let's do this.
Oh, Matt
All right,
would never
let's
get
set
up in
this
them
into
jokes.
motion.
Okay, we'll talk about this.
Let's
We're going
set
to talk
this
about this
into
after
This
show.
is an inside.
This is an inside. We're going to talk
This is
about
an
this.
inside discussion, but I would love. I have like 10 more hours to submit this panel just to see.
If we work this out somehow, everyone out there, we will post it out to everyone. And,
Oh no,
yeah,
you
and
will be.
You guys will know that we will be at WonderCon if we can pull this off. And
You
do a
will
panel.
know that this is happening
Yeah.
because we will make. It'll be on your
We'll make
Facebook
sure.
newsfeed for like 2 days.
Yes, this
because
will
they'll
be
be talking
huge.
about who Claire's daddy is.
Steve, dude.
Unless he
do
tells
this.
it, unless he like does something stupid like tell Variety tomorrow.
Yeah, yeah, I know,
Save
right?
it for us.
Let's see.
What really matters.
Oh yeah. So okay. So they each get Tommy and Melina each get
Twin cards.
twin cards.
That was cool.
Yeah.
That was cool,
was
and
cool.
and it could just be the setup for a villain who's a lackey to the father.
Could be.
Yeah.
It could
Could
be.
be.
It could be a
That
lot of
makes
things.
a lot of
It could
sense.
be they don't. It could be they had a loose idea of what was going to happen.
But also, Angela knows more than Tommy and Melina know.
Oh yeah.
So
Angela
what-
straight up knows.
Yeah. So what would Angela's
Could it
bring
be-
to that potential storyline
But
that
who
we
else?
won't get?
But who else is so strong in this universe that we know about? Because we have to assume it's. Could it be Adam?
And it was the type of thing where Angela even said, "I can't you can't be. I can't protect you from this.
Like it's somebody
so
that big.
powerful."
So that's what led me to Siler. But Adam's another huge
Yeah.
boogeyman in that world.
Yeah. It's a hard one.
Because we can't. This show has gone on for too long, and this television universe has existed for too long for there to be a boogeyman that big
yeah.
It's
that
somebody we
existed
don't
at the
know.
same time as Claire. It has to be somebody we know.
I think it would have to be someone new.
I think it's going to be somebody
think
new
it'd
too.
be
Yeah.
But
well,
then-
granted,
no.
we don't know. I mean,
But to
the
make
only way we're
Angela
gonna find
make
out is
that-
WonderCon.
I know, but to make Angela have that serious a face.
Yeah.
Yeah, and when
She
she
always
gets
has a serious
prophecies and
face.
whatnot, like she will know if it's scary to, and she'll let us know how serious it is.
Yeah, like this
So if
is
she's spooked, then we should be.
this
spooked.
is like Angela's spooked face number 9.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like this is super
Yeah.
serial, you guys.
Yeah.
This was
One,
like
two,
spooked
three.
when she had to go back and like find her sister in the desert. Type
Oh my
of
gosh.
spooked.
Don't get me
And
started
Chad,
on that.
Chad, I
Oh my
know,
gosh.
Chad, I know Adam's dead, but also there's time travel.
Yeah.
I'm
So
just
many
trying to-
people are dead.
But I'm trying to think of somebody in this universe that we've already seen that existed around the same time as Claire that's that horrifying. And there's only one answer.
We'll talk to it. We'll talk about it and see if we can't figure something out at WonderCon because that would be the
Guys.
We'd have to ask Kring on that one.
Even if it's just the 4 of us at a WonderCon panel.
It'd be amazing.
That would be awesome.
Hashtag
It'd be dreams.
You got any
hashtag ABTV Heroes WonderCon.
Okay.
All right.
All right.
I'm submitting it. We'll see
Do
what
it,
happens.
do it,
That's up to them.
Do it. Submit it. Because I'm in. Noah got last words.
Yes, he did.
He
Yeah.
the scientist who gave his life to find this out. He died immediately, but Noah could hold on for a while and get last words
Because he's Noah.
Because he's Noah Bennett. So that's
Although
cool.
that's kind of
I'm glad too, because I was like, I thought Noah was supposed to die, but hey, I'm good. He's still alive for now.
Yeah, for a minute.
For now.
But you know what? Totally the right thing to do for the ending.
Yeah, Noah was awesome. That ending with Noah was awesome.
And
Totally
and
great.
I loved how they used line "Save Noah, save the world."
Yeah,
Save the cheerleaders, save the world. Now it's
That was
him
nice.
bringing it back to
Save the
them.
cheerleaders, daddy. Saves the world.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Save the cheerleaders' adopted daddy. Save the world.
Save Noah, save the world.
But
I
this
love
was
it.
like a really endearing type of ode back to that. Save Noah, save the world. Because he's literally been there since the beginning.
Yeah. When he said that too, I was just like, oh, that was good. That was good for me. I dug it.
So
I want to hear some of their favorite hashtags and things we did. Like,
Yes.
if you guys have any, favorite moments or hashtags that went on over our 13 episodes
Claire
of
ain't dead.
hashtag Claire ain't dead. Hashtag Claire's blood. Hashtag Heroes Wars.
Like, if you guys have anything, throw it at us now because we only have a few minutes left, and this is our last time that we're going to get to share with you as a panel for now until our next show where WonderCon happens. And you guys have just been such an amazing
Yes.
Yeah, you guys are
followers.
awesome.
I mean, you guys have been incredible, and we just want to thank you guys and say
Hashtag
whatever.
blame it on the Healy.
Blame it on the Healy.
Oh, so
that was a good one.
And that happened last week.
Yeah.
At the time when the show got canceled. So it's like literally hashtag blame it on the Healy. To blame it on the Healy. Hashtag
Send in the clones.
Send in the
hashtag Noah is the mother effing T-Rex. Hashtag Claire ain't dead. Hashtag Heroes Wars. A lot of Claire ain't dead. People love Claire ain't dead.
Khaliel, you really created something there. Jeez.
Hashtag Claire's blood.
Yeah, I have Claire's blood. Oh,
That is
man.
Fantasy Stats Guru. Fantasy Stats Guru is also the person who had, I think it was Shadowrunner last week? Shadowhunter last week?
Oh,
There was one with what was the name?
that's Ben,
Hans.
man. That's Ben.
Hashtag Where's Parkman? Hashtag You're Fired. Hashtag Evil Bitch.
Oh yeah, that one did. You
That was
guys
good.
created that one, and
Yes.
you guys kept that one rolling for the longest time. So thank you for that one. Yeah,
It was good. We were talking about Erica and how she was... At the time, she felt one-dimensional because we didn't get that backstory till the penultimate episode.
There was a hashtag with Harris. What was that?
Oh, there was one with Harris.
Hashtag
And like,
It wasn't he,
and
he
something
was
like
Stormtrooper,
purple. Yeah.
Oh.
Something,
Rashad Payton.
something purple.
Rashad
no-
Payton in the chat says hashtag put it on Netflix.
Put it on Netflix.
There you go. There you go.
All the heroes are on Netflix.
Alex Zaffy, who said he was drinking absinthe before, he said hashtag drink absinthe to forget.
Oh man.
Boo69Bs says hashtag heroes not dead.
Oh, it is.
Hashtag Pennyman, Fantasy Stats Guru.
Oh, Pennyman.
Pennyman.
And A.
forgot about
Wilson,
the
who's been on a
Pennyman.
roll, hashtag hero panel.
Oh, thank
That's
you,
us.
Wilson.
Yes.
That's
I think we
us.
could end on that one. That's all.
I think that's-
Oh.
So
That's it.
we all do a lot of shows here and we all tweet about them regularly. Starting with Jonathan, where can the people find you on Twitter to find out about those things?
So you could also see me, guys. I've still got one show on air here before I jump on my next one or two others. You can find me on Otaku Movie Anatomy. We do that Wednesday nights. If you're into anime or anything of the like, we do anime movies. I'm Jonathan Meza. You can find me at KaibaCat. It's been an amazing panel with all of you guys. Make sure to write comments because I will look at them. We all will look at them right to you. We love you guys. Let us know what panel you want to see us on next.
Khaliel Abooboo, you can find me on Twitter and Instagram at Khaliel Abooboo. And if you're in LA, I'm going to be at Flappers Comedy Club next week, Wednesday, 7:30. So you can come and like see me be silly in real life.
do that.
You automatically made our show timely. Put a timestamp on that.
Literally.
You can follow me on Twitter at Serafini TV, and if you love movies, I do Anatomy of a Movie on our sister network, Popcorn Talk Network, where we dissect movies and all of its parts.
And you guys can find me at Steve Kaufmann. That's KAUFMANN.
You sounded so...
I
sad.
Bringing
This
it
is
down.
it, you guys.
Because this is it, and then this song,
yeah.
and then
Good job,
just-
Eddie.
yeah, really good job, really good
Fist
pull on
pump.
the song, and like. You obviously you can find me. I start Suits next week. I do Modern Family with this gentleman over here. I also do a lot of stuff over at Popcorn Talk. Yeah, I'm really looking forward. Also, hashtag Harris Trooper.
Harris
is the
Trooper.
one we
That's it.
forgot.
Trooper, okay.
That's it.
And I'm gonna miss this. This was a highlight of my week
Fun,
Yes.
guys.
for all
Great
those weeks
panel.
because regardless of the show, we had a great time covering the show,
True.
and you
Yeah.
guys
True.
clearly had a great time listening and watching to us. So I'm really appreciative of that, and thank you so much for joining us. And we'll see you next time.
Yeah.
From executive producers Maria Menounos, Kevin Undergaro, Phil Svitek, and the entire AfterBuzz TV staff, we would like to thank you for listening to the AfterBuzz TV network. To watch or listen to other after shows and post comments or questions, be sure to visit AfterBuzzTV.com. I'm Sir Richard Wentworth, and this has been a presentation of AFTERBUZZ TV.
Hashtag Hero Panel!
The views expressed herein are those of the host only and do not necessarily reflect the views of AfterBuzz TV or its owners or principals.